Today, I'm going to share with you 3 perks or positive effects of being both a caregiver to your children and a parent. And these are things that I have personally experienced. One thing that I've experienced as a sandwich generation caregiver and taking care of both my children and my mother is that I'm still young and fairly healthy. So I have more energy, more strength. And I think that's a benefit because who knows, 15, 20, 30 years down the road, I might not have the same, well, I definitely won't have the same energy and strength, right? So one of the benefits of being a sandwich generation caregiver is chances are you're probably younger than the typical caregiver. And so you do have more energy and strength. Hopefully you still have good health and you're able to give more energy and give more strength to your caregiving duties. The second positive effect of having both children and a parent as part of my caregiving responsibilities is that I'm not alone in caregiving. I have a huge support network to help me take care of my children, and my mom still has a ton of friends that are young and healthy and able to help her as well. And so while the responsibilities are great, and while I am taking on a lot of the big caregiving duties, I am not alone in this. And I know that as her friends get older, as you know, things just change in the world, we might not always have that support network. And so I'm very grateful that right now I have both a support network for raising my children with my husband and family, and I have a support network of her friends that are still able to contribute to her care and, you know, haven't yet had to have their own caregiver themselves. So that's been a perk for me as well. And the third positive effect, man, this one is my favorite. My children get to see me caring for my mom. They get to see what it's like to care for someone who is in need, who is physically unable to do for themselves. And they witness that compassion and care in a unique and intimate setting, something that they wouldn't necessarily get otherwise, right? And they get to participate in age-appropriate ways to the caregiving responsibilities. So in my case, I've been caring for my mom even before my children were born. So from the beginning, they were raised in seeing how I care for her. So when they were very little, their only job was to give hugs, or as we like to call them, granny vitamins. And now perhaps it's maybe a little bit more like, you know, moving things around the house so that she can get around her home better, or things like that. And, you know, can't wait till that one gets that driver's license because he may be able to help out a little bit more, right? But at any rate, as they have grown up, they have also been able to participate in the caregiving responsibilities. I think it's so important to allow our children, when we are in the sandwich generation, to experience both of those things. Not only is it helpful to us to have our children see what it's like to give to someone who needs, right? Whether it's a relative or anybody, but especially a relative, right? But it's also very helpful to the person, that parent that we're caring for, to be able to see their grandchildren and experience that. And, you know, as my children get older, they see the ups and downs and how it all works together. Hopefully, this is planting seeds in their own hearts and minds about how to care for others in the future. So here's the question today. If you're a sandwich generation caregiver, what benefits have you experienced? What are some positive things that you have encountered as you've both cared for your children and your parent or loved one? I'd love to hear, so leave your thoughts in the comments of this video. And if you struggle with focusing on the positive benefits, if you're like, I can't even think about anything positive right now, I understand that too. But if you struggle with that and you would like encouragement to focus on the positive benefits of caregiving and tips for getting through the challenges, subscribe to this channel because we'll be diving into all of that.